Welcome to you in the class of Educami. You know very well, I am going to share some important information first, and this is the today is the booster session for the PYQ. So I feel this share has been given to you. Today is the very important class, and this is said to be the booster PYQ discussion series. So as far as the nomenclature is concerned, नाम से ही पता चलता है कि this is the booster course. Booster course means it will boost you to just take the examination. It will create the confidence in you to write the examination, right? So booster class, and in which way we have to make the discussion about the previous year question. देखो तुम कुछ भी कर लो, लेकिन अगर प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन को अगर एनालिसिस नहीं किए या फिर स्टैंडर्ड बुक को नहीं पढ़े, then you may feel underconfident. इसलिए this is very important fact here कि it is advised you have to go through the standard book, you have to go through the previous year question, you have to solve the previous year question so that you can understand the what is the trend of examination, what is the core area of examination. And today opportunity has been given by Educami to interact with you and explain each and everything about the so previous year question, right? So one of the fact here, before going to start, I would like to say you some important thing. First, do maintain classroom situation. We all are under the digital interface, but don't try to make the differentiation between offline and online. So like offline class, you have to just sit and you have to take paper, pencil, and you have to note down some of the important fact. Same way you have to sit, you have to take the paper, pencil. Some important point may it be possible, would not be available in my PPT, then you have to note down, right? First important. Second, I would like to tell you for the all the person, maintain interaction. So this is the two-way communication must be there. I will ask the question in between. बीच बीच में हम तुमसे पूछते रहेंगे, अच्छा ये बताओ डिमांड ऑफ क्वेश्चन क्या है. बीच बीच में हम तुमसे पूछते रहेंगे कि अच्छा ये बताओ इसमें क्या होना चाहिए. Then you have to say whatever you feel from your side, because this is the training program. This is the presentation skill is the training program. I am going to give you training, and you have to just maintain the proper training in this class, right? And third important doubt, if you have the any doubt, then and thereafter you have to ask the question. So in between, if you are asking the question, neither I will concentrate nor the other your doubt would get benefited. It is better to have whenever I have to say any doubt, in between I will tell you any doubt. At that particular time I will give you 1 minute to just write your doubt. अगर तुम्हें लगता है कि यहाँ पर कोई डाउट है, then you have to write your doubt. हिंदी में लिखो, इंग्लिश में लिखो, जैसे भी लिखना है लिखो, and then and thereafter I will complete this particular discussion. It's okay then, right? Okay. So three important things. First important, classroom environment, paper pencil ले चुके हो तुम लोग. Second important, interaction, बिल्कुल चैटिंग मेंटेन रखोगे. एंड थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट, डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन. अगर कोई डाउट होगा then it will be I will tell you doubt, then you have to ask me the doubt here, right? So let us start the discussion here, right? लेकिन डिस्कशन करने के पहले यार एक बार तो मेंटेन करना पड़ेगा व्हाट एमएल मोटिवेशन लेवल. नो पास्ट, नो फ्यूचर, ओनली व्हाट प्रेजेंट. अंडर द प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन you are coming here, पूरी तरह से motivation has been taken place here, and so start now the session here, right? So let us start the session. Session को हम यार start करते हैं यहाँ से, and so we have to go through that, right? So this is the big booster session of the previous year question. कहने को तो previous year question है, but I will try my best to just give you comprehensive idea about the topic, so that you can go through each and everything through the discussion, the approach, the trend, everything we have to go through that, right? So we have kept here for the 15 sessions for the discussion of the previous year question. यानी कि प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन का डिस्कशन हम यहाँ पर 5 इंपॉर्टेंट एरिया में करेंगे. 5 दिन फॉर द वन क्वेश्चन विल बी डिवोटेड. यानी कि एक ईयर 2020, 119 एंड 18, 3 इंपॉर्टेंट ईयर्स क्वेश्चन इज देयर. फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट व्हाट इज कॉल्ड द 2020, तो सेशन 1 में 2020 का क्वेश्चन करेंगे यहाँ पे. एंड देन 2019 अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट, 2018. 5 days are devoted for this one, 5 days are devoted for this one, 5 days are devoted for this one, right? 1 day has been kept for reserve. अगर कंसीडर करो कुछ एरिया यहाँ से बच गया, एंड इफ यू हैव द एनी डाउट, अगर तुम्हें लगता है कि कुछ और डाउट हमने लिखा है, then you can just share me. So one day has been kept for this particular purpose. If all the discussion has been taken place in 5 days, then it's okay. अगर 5 days में नहीं हुआ, then extra automatically I will give you the time here, right? So that's important is to be and tell me. तो ज्योग्राफी का बच्चे हमारे पास में लिंक नहीं है, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट कंसर्न विद द टेक्निकल टीम. You have to just call your educami number. They will help you, right? So you have to just go through that particular area. Clear? Right? So yes, I feel you should have a educami number, or you can say any customer number for the educami. तो वहां पर तुम लोग बात कर लेना, दे विल गिव यू. सो क्या देन? तो क्लियर है? तो और हमारे सेशन नंबर 1 में 2020 का पेपर आज के दिन हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, राइट? इट्स ओके देन. एंड देखो यहाँ पे चैटिंग में कुछ लिखना है, देन यू हैव टू टेल मी, राइट? एंड ऐसे हम कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर पाएंगे फिर तुम लोग को, राइट? इट इज बेटर टू हैव automatically do write each and everything on the chat. It's okay. And this is now session 1 में आंसर डिस्कशन ऑन द civil services examination main 2020 for public administration. I feel some of the person from the geography has joined this one. कुछ लिंक लगता है इधर का उधर का लिंक किसी ने ज्वाइन कर लिया है. तो I would like to tell you that you have to concentrate, you have to go through the academic coordinator. तो होंगे academic coordinator, they will just give you the link for the geography classes. It's okay, right? So only for the public administration here I will discuss. Great. अब यहाँ पर देखेंगे, right? It's okay. So under this one 2020 का papers, 2020 का papers है तुम्हारे पास में. So have you just kept here 2020 papers with you? तुम्हारे पास है? अगर नहीं है then you have to download the paper and अगर है then physical copy है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. Physical copy नहीं है then you have to download the paper and continue here, right? So okay then. Before that, many new persons have joined here, so I would like to tell you, I Sunil Gupta, normal human being having 2 hands, 2 eyes and 1 nose. I am married and still happy. To be married is not important, to be happy is very very important. After 19 years, here मायने रखता है. Great contribution on Indian society, right? So program director of the public administration of the educami का हमें जिम्मेवारी दिया हुआ है public administration में. In this field, I have been the 16 years of the experience, and so many students got successful selection in with the All India Rank 1 Subra Saxena in 2008 batch, All India Rank 3 V Varun Kumar 2010 batch, All India Rank 5 Ruchika Katyal 2012 batch, 6, 7 and so many ranks are there. Next you will be there. This is my vision. Whenever I have to start any batch, कुछ भी बैच को शुरू करते हैं, हमारा विजन यही होता है कि हमारे लिस्ट में मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पे आए, राइट? एंड सो दे ऑल हैव अचीव्ड बिकॉज दे आर कमिटेड टुवर्ड्स द मिशन, एंड सो यू विल बी कमिटेड टुवर्ड्स द मिशन, and then you will surely maintain the consistency in preparation and will achieve your target, right? I am BTech from the ITBHU, and I did the public administration master's degree in the from the Kurukshetra University. I have get specialized in the GS Polity and Governance and the Public Administration as an optional paper. 16 years of बच्चे इसी फील्ड में है, and I am also the guest faculty at State Institute for Administrative Career, SPPAR Sardar Patel Institute of Public Administration of Government of Gujarat, and Civil Excels Academy NTR Trust हैदराबाद का ये है. तो वहाँ पे जाते रहते हैं, राइट? तो इतने देर में तुम लोगों ने यहाँ पे गौर नहीं किया, हैदराबाद का स्पेलिंग गलत है, नो टेंशन एट ऑल, राइट? तो यहाँ पर देख लेना तुम लोग. इफ यू आर फ्रॉम द हैदराबाद देन करेक्ट कर लेना, राइट? दीज आर द फैक्ट. नाउ तो आज के डिस्कशन में हम चलते हैं, एंड वी विल हैव टू मेक द डिस्कशन वन बाय वन, राइट? सो ओके देन. First of all, I would like to tell you some of the important, brief about it, right? In the paper, one is concerned. The paper 1 consisting of 12 topics, very well हम लोगों ने वेबिनार में भी डिस्कस किया था. 12 topics are there, and 12 topics introduction, administrative behavior, something is there. If you go through 2020, तो इस बार का अगर हम पेपर को देखें 2020 का, then only 8 questions are asked. 8 questions का मतलब 1 question each of the 50, then automatically 50 into 4, 50 into 8, what is called the 400 marks potential question को पूछते हैं. हालांकि हमें करना होता है 5, यानी कि टोटल पेपर स्ट्रेंथ इज 50 इंटू 5 इज इक्वल टू व्हाट इज कॉल्ड द 250, बट ये देते हैं 400 का। तो बेस्ड अपॉन एनालिसिस वी हैव सीन हियर 35 marks potential question has been asked from chapter number 1, 60 marks potential question asked from the chapter number 2, and 30 marks potential question has to come from the chapter number 3। सबसे कम जो एरिया है व्हाट इज कॉल्ड द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, यहाँ से कम मार्क्स का पोटेंशियल का क्वेश्चन है। एंड देन एंड देयर आफ्टर द मेजर पोटेंशियल इज गोइंग टू एग्जिस्ट हियर आल्सो 55, अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट इज 45 मार्क्स पोटेंशियल क्वेश्चन इज देयर, राइट। तो देखो यहाँ पर है कि हर एक सब्जेक्ट से बराबर का क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं है। एक चीज एकदम हमारा क्लियर कट है, हमने पिछली बार भी डिस्कस किया था 5 साल के डिस्कशन के बाद, वहां भी वेरिएशंस था और उसी पैटर्न को मेंटेन करते आ रहा है। यानी कि यहाँ भी 10 अगर हम देखें इस बार 2020 के क्वेश्चन में भी, तो दीज पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक्स आर हिट टॉपिक, सो हियर इज द चैप्टर नंबर 2 एंड चैप्टर नंबर 9, ये दोनों का प्रोमिनेंस रहा है पूरे पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पेपर 1 में। एंड सो अगर इसको और सिंप्लीफाई करें देन यू हैव टू गो थ्रू दिस पर्टिकुलर the pie chart is there, and 15 questions are coming from chapter number 2, and this 14% question has to come from the chapter number 9। तो that's very clear। तो ये दोनों को अगर हम क्लब कर दें तो एक मैक्सिमम मेजोरिटी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग आस्क्ड हियर, राइट। सो दिस इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्ट, ये हमारा ट्रेंड का एनालिसिस है। इससे ये पता चला, कुल मिला करके हमें ये पता चला, पेपर 1 की स्टडी करते हैं तो चैप्टर नंबर 2 को हमें सीरियसली लेना पड़ेगा, because maximum questions are asked from chapter number 2, right। chapter number 9 को हमें seriously लेना पड़ेगा because majority of questions are coming from the chapter number 9, right। chapter number 4 के साथ अगर थोड़ा compromise भी कर जाते हैं तो भी चलेगा, right, because some tail questions are being asked, तो it's okay। लेकिन ये दोनों टॉपिक का डोमिनेशन शुरू से रहा है, and in the 2020 domination still continues, so these are automatically trend analysis of 2020 क्वेश्चन इज कंसर्न, तो चलो तुम लोग का काम को आसान कर दिया, तुम लोग को ट्रेंड एनालिसिस अब तक पता चल चुका है। नाउ हियर इज द इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्ट इज हियर, एंड दिस इज रिलेटेड टू दैट इज द फैक्ट हियर। अब आते हैं 2020 क्वेश्चंस को डिस्कशन करते हैं, राइट। बट डिस्कशन करने के पहले आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू सम इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्ट। अब हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे बिकॉज दिस इज द क्वेश्चन, and you have to write the answer in your answer sheet, आजकल का आंसर शीट हम लोग के जमाने से अलग है। ऑलरेडी क्वेश्चंस आर प्रिंटेड, यू हैव टू राइट द आंसर, राइट। आंसर को तुम्हें लिखना होता है इस शीट पे। अब आंसर्स हम कैसे लिखते हैं, फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड द स्टेजेस टू राइट द आंसर, राइट। जब भी हम क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं, जस्ट लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल क्वेश्चन नंबर 1A, हम इसीलिए इसको डिस्कस कर रहे हैं बिकॉज तुम्हारा एटीट्यूड इसके अनुसार हो जाना चाहिए। 15 दिन के क्लास में पूरी तरह से लिखने के लिए तुम कॉम्पिटेंट हो जाओगे। एनी क्वेश्चन इफ यू आर गोइंग टू बी सी हियर देन यू आर कंप्लीट कॉन्फिडेंट टू राइट द आंसर इन वेरी वेरी एप्रोप्रिएट ऑर्डर। तो देखो सबसे पहले हम करते क्या, फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट लोकस एंड फोकस ऑफ द क्वेश्चन। इसका मतलब सबसे पहले बेटा हम लोग जो निकालते हैं ना, डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन को निकालते हैं, राइट। तो क्वेश्चन अगर पूछता है तो एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया से पूछता है, ये नहीं कि सब कुछ पूछ देता है, नो, एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया इज देयर एंड वी हैव टू जस्ट फाइंड आउट द लोकस ऑफ द डिमांड ऑफ, लोकस का मतलब रीजन ऑफ द डिमांड, किस एरिया से क्वेश्चन को पूछा हमने, एंड व्हाट इज द पॉइंट ऑफ द डिमांड, व्हाट इज कॉल्ड, किस पॉइंट पे हमने फोकस को पूछा है। और योर आंसर शीट इज नथिंग बट व्हाट, दिस इज द एक्सपेंशन ऑफ द फोकस। फोकस ही इसमें होना चाहिए। अगर फोकस से हट के तुमने कुछ लिख दिया, देयर इज नो वर्क, अननेसेसरीली यू आर वेस्टिंग योर टाइम, यू आर वेस्टिंग योर इंक ऑल्सो, राइट। इंक को भी तुमने वेस्ट कर दिया एंड टाइम को भी वेस्ट किया, कोई फायदा नहीं है। इसलिए फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एरिया यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, पॉइंट ऑफ द डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, राइट। सेकेंड इंपॉर्टेंट इज फाइंडिंग द डायरेक्शन ऑफ डिमांड। देखो अब क्वेश्चन का क्या है कि क्वेश्चन तुमने लिखा, अगर बोल दिया कि टेलरिज्म वाज मैकेनिस्टिक इन नेचर, ये यहाँ पर लिखा इसने। अब यहाँ पर लिख दिया टेलरिज्म इज मैकेनिस्टिक इन नेचर। तो अब ये बताओ क्या इसमें हमें लिखना है आंसर शीट में टेलरिज्म इज मैकेनिस्टिक इन नेचर, आई हैव टू प्रूफ, या हम इसको क्रिटिकल करेंगे, नहीं नहीं टेलर मैकेनिस्टिक नहीं था, ये हम लिखेंगे, या फिर हम दोनों लिख देंगे, टेलर मैकेनिस्टिक था नहीं भी था, कुछ भी लिख देंगे, क्या लगता है? डायरेक्शन तुम्हारा उसी डायरेक्शन में होगा जिस डायरेक्शन में पूछा, या उल्टे डायरेक्शन में होगा, या फिर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ बोथ होगा, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है। और इसी को जस्टिफाई करते हैं कुछ टर्म्स। अगर यहाँ पर लिख दिया कमेंट, इसका मतलब यू हैव टू मेंटेन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, राइट। यहाँ पर अगर लिख दिया एग्जामिन, देन यू हैव टू मेंटेन अपसाइड, डाउन साइड एंड ग्रेट कंक्लूजन शुड बी देयर, तो यहाँ पर लिखते हैं एग्जामिन, राइट। यहाँ पर लिख दिया क्रिटिकली एनालाइज, अगर वर्ड क्रिटिकली हो गया, देन वी हैव टू मेंटेन द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ पॉजिटिव साइड एज वेल एज द नेगेटिव साइड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर वे, राइट। तो अगर हमने कह दिया टेलर इज मैकेनिस्टिक इन नेचर, कमेंट, देन यू हैव टू प्रूव टेलर इज मैकेनिस्टिक इन नेचर। अगर हमने कह दिया टेलर इज मैकेनिस्टिक इन नेचर, क्रिटिकली एनालाइज, देन यू हैव टू से यस, यू हैव टू से नो आल्सो, एंड you have to make the conclusion. अगर examine कह दिया, then you have to do in such a way, right? Very important is point is there, what is called, you have to maintain the demand of the question, you have to maintain the direction of demand of the question, right? Third important is here, अब तुम्हारे पास में डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन पता है एंड डायरेक्शन पता है, तो तीसरा काम तुम क्या करोगे? तीसरा काम तुम ये करोगे, अचानक से लिखना शुरू नहीं करोगे, बल्कि यू हैव टू मेक द ब्लूप्रिंट। ब्लूप्रिंट शुड बी देयर, जिसमें तुम पहले एक छोटा सा ड्राफ्टिंग कर लोगे, भाई मुझे इतना लिखना है, मुझे इतना लिखना है, समथिंग इतने स्पेस में लिखने, इतने स्पेस में लिखना है। अगर तुमने इस चीज को, तीसरी चीज यानी कि सिनॉप्टिकल नोट्स को बनाना जरूरी है, राइट। सिनॉप्टिकल नोट्स अगर तुम बनाते हो तो इसमें दो तीन फायदे होते हैं। फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, यू हैव टू राइट कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इंफॉर्मेशन, छूटता नहीं है। अचानक से लिखने पे लिखते लिखते पता चला कोई पॉइंट छूट गया, बाहर आने के बाद पता चला यार हमने तो वो आर्टिकल 356 ही छोड़ दिया, राइट। तो यहाँ पर एक थिंकिंग प्रोसेस है, ये थिंकिंग के समय पूरी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिबिलिटी मेंटेन रहेगी, राइट। एंड सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट इज देयर दैट यू हैव टू मैनेज द स्पेस, बिकॉज कौन से पॉइंट को कितना स्पेस देना है, हमारे पास पॉइंट होगा तो हमें पता होगा कि कितने स्पेस में इसको डिजाइन करना है, राइट। तो स्पेस का प्लानिंग इज वेरी क्लियर, हमारा फ्लो ऑफ प्रेजेंटेशन इज वेरी क्लियर, हमारा कॉम्प्रिहेंसिबिलिटी ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन इज वेरी क्लियर, देन एंड देयर आफ्टर एवरीथिंग इज वेरी वेरी क्लियर अबाउट इट, राइट। तो अब हमने क्या किया, सिनॉप्सिस बना लिया, राइट। अब सिनॉप्सिस बना लिया बच्चे, अब कोई कुछ करना है? कुछ नहीं करना है यार, अब एक्सप्लेनेशन कर देना है। बट एक्सप्लेनेशन करेंगे स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट में, जहां पर एक छोटा सा इंट्रो देंगे, छोटा सा कंक्लूजन देंगे, एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द दिस पर्टिकुलर शुड बी एक्सपेंडेड इन दिस इज कॉल्ड द बॉडी पैरा। बॉडी पैरा बना के इसको हम एक्सपेंड कर देंगे एंड वी हैव टू राइट। तो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, चार चीज में हमें महारत होना है। वी हैव टू मेंटेन कॉम्पिटेंट इन 4 इंपॉर्टेंट एरियाज। फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, फाइंडिंग लोकस एंड फोकस, तुरंत डिमांड समझ जाना चाहिए। सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट इज सेड टू बी डायरेक्शन ऑफ डिमांड, भैया इसको फेवर करना है, इसको अनफेवर करना है, क्या करना है, कॉम्बिनेशन करना है, वी हैव टू मेंटेन इट। थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट, यू हैव टू मेक द ब्लूप्रिंट, इसका मास्टर होना होगा, राइट। इमीडिएटली ऐसा नहीं होता, इट विल टेक 10 मिनट्स, लेकिन अगर 4-5 क्वेश्चन किए इट विल टेक 8 मिनट, अगर और किया इट विल टेक द 6 मिनट, अगर और हम लोग प्रैक्टिस करेंगे इट विल टेक 1 मिनट, और प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो आंख बंद करोगे तुम्हारे सामने विजुलाइज हो जाएगा पूरा ब्लूप्रिंट, राइट। एक स्टेप वो भी आता है। तो दिस इज द गेम ऑफ द प्रैक्टिस, ज्यादा नहीं, 50 क्वेश्चंस को तुम प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो, दैट इज मोर देन सफिशिएंट, यहाँ तो आज हम डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस, 29 क्वेश्चन इन द पेपर 1, 29 क्वेश्चन पेपर 2, मीन्स तो पेपर 2 से करेंगे, एक तो ऐसे ही हो गया, और 3 साल तक करेंगे। सो यहाँ पर तो एक मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चन, बल्क में क्वेश्चन तुम लोग डिस्कस करोगे। बट बच्चे देखो यार, फायदा तभी करेगा ना जब तुम एक एक चीज को अपने तरीके से सीखने के लिए राजी हो। अब एकदम एकदम कंटिन्यू रखो कि मुझे सीखना है, मुझे महारत हासिल करना है, मुझे कॉम्पिटेंट बनना है इन द फर्स्ट स्टेज, सेकंड स्टेज, थर्ड स्टेज, फोर्थ स्टेज। इट्स ओके देन, नाउ दिस इज द फैक्ट हियर, ये स्टेज में हमें प्रैक्टिस करना है। पूरे 15 दिन का मिशन एक ही है, दैट you have to develop presentation skill in you by means of the previous year question. Previous year question is the means, the end is to get the competence upon the pillar of the presentation. It's okay. Once again, I am going to repeat in English, right? See, presentation requires the four pillars. So whenever you are getting the question, then you have to follow the four stages of the presentation. The first stage is called finding locus and focus of the question. Demand of question is very, very important. You have to find the demand of question because your answer sheet is nothing but expansion of the demand of the question, expansion of the focus, expansion of the point of the demand first. Second important, direction of demand. Whenever any question is being asked here, I am just giving you a very simple example is there, right? That is very important. We have to say president is, so de jure authority of a state, de jure authority of the state, Now tell me, what do you say? Would you like to prove? Yes, is the de jure, so we have to prove only what the statement has been written. Or you have to say, no, no, this is not de jure authority. This is also de facto authority. Sometimes, presidential activism has been taken place, and so seems has to be de jure authority also, right? De facto authority also. So would you like to say yes or would you have to say no? क्या लिखोगे बच्चे? What you write? It depends upon this terminology. If it has to say comment, then we have to say only yes type of system. Then it has to say elucidate, only yes type of system. But whenever the question has to say examine, then you have to say yes also, no also, and another important, the justified conclusion also, right? If it has to say critically analyze or examine, almost the same kind of the direction is there. Critically analyze means you have to say yes, you have to say no, and you have to say some important conclusion. So this is called the direction of the demand of the question, right? So whenever question is being asked, whether I have to favor, I have not to favor, we have to go for the vector type of system. Vector में हम इस direction में जाएं कि उस direction में जाएं कि combination में जाएं, then it depends upon automatically the direction of demand of the question, right? Third important, if your demand is clear, your direction is very clear, then you need, making the synoptical notes. Blueprint, you have to make it. Why do we need the blueprint? Blueprint is nothing but you can say the one planning, So one briefly planning, you have to just, maintain here. Just like, yeah, this is the president is the de jure authority of a state, comment. Yes, de jure authority of the state is there because president has to do article 53, article this one, article this one, article this one, and based upon, so on the advice of council of minister has to take the action. You have written the 5 points is there, and you have to just associated each and everything. You know very well if we have to write in 200 words, then 20 words for intro, 20 words for conclusion. Rest we have to write in 160 words, right? And we have the 4 points, then 40 words has been given to each and every point, right? This is called the blueprint. You have to make the blueprint. You have to make the synoptical notes. If you are not making the blueprint, then you can either miss some of the information or you cannot manage the space appropriately. You have to give the some more space to particular point or less space to the particular point. You have not to justify the space with respect to the point, right? So it is better to have automatically, you should have the mastery over making the synoptical notes, right? Initially, it will take time, but after doing the repeated practice, you can visualize the synoptical notes, under your mental map. So no need. You have to just, maintain the practice appropriately, right? And another important explanation of the synoptical notes. So synoptical notes is very clear. Then explanation is required. Nothing you have to explain. Only you have to put each RM and then you have to explain under the introduction 10%, conclusion 10%, and these particular area must be given under the body para. Over. So this is the next important, this is the questions given to you. And the first important question, first A, is before your screen, right? The strength of public administration is in exploration of complexity and nuances of public policy making and implementation. Discuss. Now tell what? Forget, the marks or the forget the word limit. Just, understand the question and tell me This question is asked from which particular area? So if you have studied public administration, then tell me which particular area the question has been asked in. If I tell you in which area the question has been asked, now see, locus is very clear upon which particular question, area the question has been asked. This has been asked from chapter number 1, what is called introduction. Clear? Introduction, which particular area has been asked? This has been asked from the significance of public administration. The public administration is still significant subject, right? That's important. And public administration has a strength, not only in policy formulation, but also in the policy implementation, right? So initially, Wilson was the person, and Wilson told public administration is the subject of policy implementation, not policy formulation. So whenever public administration is going to work, it is going to work under the policy implementation side, not policy formulation side, because there is politics administration dichotomy. तो पॉलिटिक्स एक अलग है, implementation का side अलग है, and public administration concentrate upon implementing side, not policy formulating side, right? That's important. But based upon that, after 1950s, Wilsonian dichotomy got diluted and has to say no, public administration has also role in the policy formulation. And we have to say the strength of public administration not only in the policy implementation, exploration of complexity and the nuances is not in the policy implementation, but also in the policy formulation. और इसी के बाद से ये स्ट्रेंथ अब तक हम लोग देखते आ रहे हैं कि if you are public administration, you are the district collector, you are secretary to government of India, then your role is not only the public implementation, policy implementation, but your role is also to understand the complexity in the policy formulation. Particularly for the developing country, this is very, very important fact here. तो अब कुछ समझ में आया तुम लोग को क्या है यहाँ पे हमारा? That is the very clear. इसको हम लोग क्लियर करने के लिए अगले स्लाइड पे हम लोग चलते हैं, right? So what is here? Significance of public administration as a discipline was the locus, but the focus is there, strength of public administration for the exploration of complexity in policy formulation, exploration of complexity in policy implementation. That's important, and so this particular is area we have to maintain the discussion, right? अब देखो इसमें थोड़ा सा लेके चलते हैं, इस तरह से पहले समझेंगे हम लोग, right? What is the conceptualization? Conceptualization is there. Woodrow Wilson for the first time has to say law in action, means it has to say here that is public administration is going to work only for the policy implementation, not in formulation. L.D. White in the 1926 has to say enforcement of public policy, not formulation of public policy, is the strength of public administration. But second Hoover Commission for the first time in the 1955 has to say that role of public administration in policy politics. And so public administration has role not only in the policy implementation, but also in the policy formulation. So the commission added the extra important area of public administration, what is called the policy formulation, right? White role, whenever 1969 has given the concept of policy science analysis and has to say here, role of public administration is much more significant in the policy formulation. तो अब तक जो आपके सामने था पॉलिसी इंप्लीमेंटेशन, अवॉइड इट, दैट इज द पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन में भी इसका रोल इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड निकोलस हेनरी इन द 1990 में एक बोला ये पब्लिक एडमिशन इंस्ट्रूमेंटल इन पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन एज वेल एज व्हाट पॉलिसी इंप्लीमेंटेशन, and so having automatically idea to know the complexity not only in the policy implementation but also in the policy formulation, right? That is the fact. अब हमें इंट्रोडक्शन लिखना है. इंट्रोडक्शन इज व्हाट? दिस पर्टिकुलर एरिया जहां पर पहले था पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज ए पार्ट ऑफ पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन, नाउ इट हैज बिकम ए पार्ट ऑफ द पॉलिसी इंप्लीमेंटेशन था पहले विल्सन के समय में. Now this time it has become a part of the policy implementation plus policy formulation. क्यों ऐसा हुआ? Because of many things. First important is said to be a scholastic research. Second important, liberal economic system, and third important is said to be technological reforms. And so this impact of the scholastic research, liberal economic era, technological reform expanded the role of public administration to understand the complexity and nuances not only in the formulation but also in implementation of public policy. Very simple and very oriented introduction must be written under this one. इसी को तुम अपनी भाषा में लिख दोगे, ये तो गुरु जी का भाषा है, लेकिन अपनी भाषा में लिखोगे, क्रक्स यहीं पे होना चाहिए. And so it has to maintain the essence of the question. That's very clear. अब चलते हैं बच्चे, यहाँ पर देखो, अब तो एकदम क्लियर है. What we have to write? We have to write the significance or strength of public administration in two sides, in policy formulation and policy implementation. Some point has to say policy formulation, some point has to say policy implementation. Game over. कुछ करना है नहीं करना, right? तो अब इसमें ये लिखना है, right? Two important side is there. The first important, we have to say exploration of complexity in policy formulation, and we have to say second important side, exploration and the complexity in the policy implementation. Nothing. दो चीज लिखेंगे यहाँ पे. So let us automatically go for the first one. This is the policy formulation. In general, policy formulation is made by the democratic executive. राइट, डेमोक्रेटिक एग्जीक्यूटिव यानी मिनिस्टर साहब बनाते हैं, या फिर पीपल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव वाले जो एग्जीक्यूटिव होते हैं वो बनाते हैं पब्लिक पॉलिसी का फॉर्मुलेशन, राइट. एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम दिस स्ट्रेटेजिक डिजाइन ऑफ पब्लिक पॉलिसी इज मेड बाय व्हिच वन? पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर. बिकॉज पॉलिसी इज ए पार्ट ऑफ द साइंस, दिस इज ए पार्ट ऑफ द साइंस. Who told? White Road has to say this is a part of the science. We need automatically many data, many rational data, scientific analysis in order to reach the strategic design. The strategic design करता कौन है? That is automatically the public administration. इतना मिनिस्टर के साथ नहीं होता वैसा, इतना इनके पास में दिमाग नहीं होता कि ये काम करेंगे. Then you have to do the help of what the public administration. Public administration is going to understand feasibility of public policy, whether the public policy is feasible or not. Reason is because he has the much more automatically experience about the mission. Experience है उसको. New education policy, मिनिस्टर साहब ने पता नहीं गांव में जाकर के देखा कि नहीं कैसे स्कूल चलते हैं, but administration has much more idea about it, how school is being run. This particular person is going to understand the complexity and advances of the policy related to the foreign, related to the defense, related to the education and the everything. Feasibility they are going to understand. They can understand cost benefit analysis appropriately. Third important is said to be what is called incorporation of community value and the public opinion. No doubt, this is the task of the political executive, but public administration has to do this. Incorporation of community values. So what community is going to require? ये suggestion देते हैं इनको. Education public policy तुम बना रहे हो and you are going to say कि yes, smart board should be in all the schools. लेकिन ये कहेंगे भाई साहब स्मार्ट बोर्ड के साथ साथ में parenting should be there, because if parents are not going to send the girl child to school, then why are you going to create infrastructure in that school? It is better to understand the community value. Community value के बारीकी को समझता है public administration and has to advise the minister in order to form the public policy. Very important is said to be new science finding and the innovative practices. Many research and development has to be taken place here. Then and thereafter, I told you this is the policy science and political policy science analysis is the innovative practices. Many models have to come in the public policy. That is nothing but is a part of the formulations. So we have created rational model, we have created incremental model, we have created system model. These particular model has to give the support the political executive in policy formulation. Next important, technological changes. Because technology is getting changes, mega changes has been taken place in technology. We are now working in the information age, and for this particular purpose, so This is also being handled by the public administration. E-governance area is concerned. This also being handled by the public administration, has to support in public policy formulation. And public administration has to face, business lobbying. Many pressure groups are there. Political activities are going to happen. They are going to face the environment and has to make the support in policy formulation. So these are particular areas. यहाँ पर policy formulation का role is very, very important. We have not to say, but Nicholas Henry, Nicholas Henry has to say that this particular area, public administration has to support politician while, making the public policy, whether it is the education policy or the foreign policy or the defense policy, what it will be, right? This is the first important area of the policy formulation, right? So very important, fact is there. So 10 marks is concerned, Harshit, I am just, telling you, if the question is asked in 200 word, 250 word, then you should be comfortable for this one. So I have not to see what marks is there. It is your skill to just, manage it to adjust it, 10 marks, तो अब यहाँ पर हम लोग करेंगे अपना एडजस्टमेंट करना, 2-3 पॉइंट को छोड़ देना, जो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, इंपैक्टफुल पॉइंट को लिख देना, दैट्स इंपॉर्टेंट हियर, राइट? This is my motto, to give you the maximum information. Whenever question of the similar nature is being asked in your examination, you should not stop, you have to write. So, right. Now, next important fact is there, what is called exploration of complexity and nuisance in the policy implementation. ये तो पहले भी था. Bureaucrat is for the policy implementation. The implementation में you should understand the knowledge and innovation in the implementation practices. Many practices we have to see, so different practices we have to accept it, and then we do this. Social, economic and political context. Whenever you are going to implement the public policy, you may find out many things have to come before you. You have to understand and you have to implement under that particular context. You have to take care of the certain cost values also, certain resources constant also, and certain political setup also, and then you have to make the implementation appropriately. You have to take care of, incorporation of the legal system. You have to work under the constitution, you have to work under the values of the law, and then you have to go through that. Next important, whenever you are going to implement, you will get the influence of structure and capability of formal organization, NGOs, political party, organized community. Under this one, you have to maintain, all the stakeholder has to come under the coordinated action. अब वो implementation नहीं है कि रूल देखा implement कर दिया, no, you have to take care of this particular fact. एक एक बारीकी को तुम समझोगे कि where is the structure, what is the capability, what is the lobbying, what is the political party, what is the impact, and then you have to implement it, right? And the very important area is concerned process component involved here, pattern of delegation, functional coordination, citizen administration interface. These are particular area that is being discussed here, right? So this is related to policy implementation. Policy implementation करने जाओगे इतने सारे complexity तुम्हारे सामने आएगा, and public administration is going to understand the complexity, right? So tell me, what is the conclusion? Conclusion is very, very important here. Okay, we have seen earlier there was exploration in policy formulation area. Now this time is going to happen in policy implementation area. तो ऐसा क्यों हुआ कि सॉरी, पहले पॉलिसी इंप्लीमेंटेशन था, उसके बाद आया पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन एरिया में, ऐसा क्यों हुआ? बिकॉज ऑफ स्कोप ऑफ पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज एक्सटेंडेड इन पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन ड्यू टू डायल्यूशन ऑफ विल्सोनियन डायकोटोमी, पॉलिटिक्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डायकोटोमी इज गेटिंग डायल्यूटेड. जो पहली बार सुन रहे होंगे देन इट्स ओके, लेकिन पहली बार नहीं सुन रहे हो देन यू शुड हैव द आइडिया अबाउट इट. विल्सोनियन डायकोटोमी, पॉलिसी सपोर्ट टू डेमोक्रेटिक एग्जीक्यूटिव and incorporation of NPM and the NPS. NPM regime means the new public management regime, NPS new public service regime. दोनों एक साथ मिल गया, and so we have to go for the public interest, we have to go for managerialism, and so we have to just expanded the scope of public administration towards the policy formulation. This is the crux, and so automatically your area finished, right? अब बच्चे देखो, ये जो इंफॉर्मेशन तुम्हें हमने दिया है ना, This information may be written in 250 words, may be written in 300 words, may be written in 350 words, may be written in 150 words. It depends upon your skill of synthesis and analysis. अगर सिंथेसिस करना है, कम में लिखना है सिंथेसिस कर देंगे, ज्यादा लिखना है तो एनालिसिस करें. ये जो चीज है ये मेरे पास होनी चाहिए. दिस इज माय स्किल, राइट? So you have to adjust the information in your own skill. Everything must be written irrespective of the, the word limit. That's clear. Now tell me any doubt. Any doubt if you have, then tell me. First question is getting finished. तो सब information तुम्हें हो गया. So very important is said to be 130 words. Then it's okay. It's okay, better, right? It's okay then. So plus minus 10 चलता है वो. It's okay then, right? Good. Now, next question. Our next question is before you. Question number 2. Tell me. Question कौन से रीजन से पूछा हुआ है? चैप्टर नंबर 2 से. अरे ठीक है. चैप्टर नंबर 2 में देयर इज आल्सो साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट थ्योरी, ब्यूरोक्रेटिक थ्योरी, क्लासिकल थ्योरी, तो ह्यूमन रिलेशन सब लिख दोगे इसमें? नो. द क्वेश्चन हैज बीन आस्क्ड इन द टेलर रीजन. नाउ अब आते हैं यहाँ पे, समझते हैं. Principle of analysis and the principle of action. Two principles are the principle of analysis and principle of action, but not differentiated in Taylor scientific management. देखो, पहले तो ये समझो what is the meaning of principle of action. Principle of analysis and one is called the principle of action. Principle of analysis means that is, if you analyze anything, if you understand the problem, this principle has to say, if any organization is there, then you have to understand the problem and you have to find out the solution technically, theoretically. यानी theory से अगर कोई भी चीज देते हो, then it is called the principle of analysis. And principle of action means whenever theory is created, then it must be implemented, it must be applied, right? So this is called the application is a part of the principle of action. The principle of analysis and principle of action. In general, ऐसा नहीं होता. One person has to give the theory, then there is no action. Application is made by someone else. Just like that Gullik has given the theory post-core, then application is made by someone else, right? भाई इन्होंने दिया theory, Weber ने bureaucratic model, then implementation was done or application was done by someone else. But Taylor has given theory as well as the application too. इन्होंने ऐसा नहीं था कि एक थ्योरी का मॉडल दे दिया, एप्लीकेशन के लिए कोई दूसरा आदमी फिर वो अप्लाई कर रहा है समथिंग, ऐसा नहीं था. वेरी फ्यू थिंकर्स में तुम्हें मिलेगा कि जिसने थ्योरी दिया उसने प्रैक्टिस भी किया. इन जनरल ये थिंकर ऐसे होते हैं, हैविंग एक्सपीरियंस इन द थ्योरी एंड एक्सपीरियंस इन द प्रैक्टिस. ये दोनों तरह का चीज को मेंटेन किया टेलर. Taylor was the person under the scientific management has to make the combination of theory and practice. It was missing in the classical theory. It was missing in even the Mayo. Mayo ने फंडा देके चले गए कि हाँ जो motivation होता है something here, there, something. Application has been done by behaviorists. But this person has given the concept as well as, what application. The principle of analysis and the principle of the action. Both have been given by the Taylor. So let us see automatically, this is related to Taylor's scientific management theory, and scientific management theory is the combination of principle of analysis and principle of action, means the theory and means the practice. That is very clear. ये है कि ये इन्होंने theory दिया as well as what the practice is clear. That is the fact. Clear? Now, अब देखते हैं कि what is the important fact here. The conceptualization you should understand here that what is the principle of analysis. Analysis means understanding the problem and condition of organization and providing solution. Theoretical context. right? Theoretical construction. And principle of action means execution of work at the floor of the organization, means application of the theoretical construction, right? This is called the, principle of action. Taylor Watt combined these two principles. तो ये बच्चे समझने के लिए समझ गए. क्वेश्चन इज स्कॉलर एप्लीकेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट कैसे दे सकता है एक साथ. तो एनालिसिस हैज टू से दैट because Taylor was not working upon the particular organization, it has to working upon the shop floor organization. जब तुम नीचे के लेवल पे कोई भी चीज सोचते हो तो थ्योरी के साथ साथ प्रैक्टिस ऑटोमेटिकली हैज टू कम. So whenever you are going to think in macroscopic level, then you have to generate the theory as well as for the practice also. And perhaps it has been taken place in the Taylor that it has to combine the theory and the practice without having any differentiation, as the focus of concept was to get maximum economy and efficiency at shop floor level. यही कारण था आदमी का क्रिटिसिज्म हुआ जो हुआ, लेकिन दोनों को एक साथ रखा, राइट. अब देखो थ्योरी क्या दिया, प्रैक्टिस क्या दिया. तो टेलर, अब तो एकदम क्लियर है तुम्हारा ओरिएंटेशन. द फर्स्ट पॉइंट में लिखेंगे टेलर हैज गिवन द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एनालिसिस मींस द थ्योरी, and Taylor has made automatically, the action, principle of action means the practice. दो चीज लिखोगे. तो आप पहले देखते हैं theory is concerned. Taylorism has given the theory of the first, the science of work. This is the first principle of Taylorism. You have to maintain work should be created scientifically, so that you have to maintain objectivity, predictability and universality. तीन चीज इसके अंदर होने चाहिए. Maintain it first. Second important is that it has to say large daily tasks. If you have to organize the work scientifically, you can get maximum work from a workman. Disorganized work cannot use the potential of the subordinate. Organized work can use the potential of subordinate. This is the saying of, Taylor, a large daily task, a theory. The best way of doing a job, it has to say here, you can do a job in this way also, in this way also, in this way also, but which one is the best? The standard way is the best way. The best way of doing a job is this one. Iska matlab this is the standard way. Then organization should follow the standard way, not to follow this way or that way. No, you have to follow the standard way. मुझे IAS की तैयारी करना है तो standard way है बच्चे तैयारी करने का. You have to follow the standard way. Not for this formula, topper formula, this topper, that topper. No, स्टैंडर्ड वे है, उसने भी वही वे को फॉलो किया होगा जो भी टॉप किया. तो हमें उस आदमी को फॉलो नहीं करना, वे को फॉलो करना है. दैट इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थ्योरी. वन बेस्ट वे ऑफ डूइंग अ जॉब, राइट. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज सेट विद दिस पर्सन हैज टू से साइंटिफिक ट्रेनिंग एंड द सिलेक्शन. सो इफ any workman is required, then the requirement is based upon the right thing at the right place, right person is the right place and right training at the right place. Very important is said to be, जब तुम ऑर्गेनाइज करते हो किसी भी जॉब को, then you know what kind of aptitude is required, what kind of attitude is required, what kind of physiological competence is required, and based upon that you have to select the person and you have to give the training according to that. This particular, this is called the mental revolution. अभी एक theory है that has to say worker and management should come at one platform, then it will increase the productivity. इन्होंने कहा कि ट्रेडिशनल मैनेजमेंट में क्या होता है कि ये समझते हैं कि दिस इज द ब्रेड एंड मैनेजमेंट कहता है मैं ब्रेड का हिस्सा ले जाऊं, वर्कर कहता है मैं ब्रेड का हिस्सा ले जाऊं. ये एक ही ब्रेड को वो बांट रहे हैं. शेयर द ब्रेड. इट हैज टू से नो, दोनों एक हो जाओ ना भाई साहब. क्रिएट द ब्रेड, क्रिएट द सरप्लस. डोंट फाइट फॉर द so allocation of surplus. Create the surplus and it is possible only through the कुछ नहीं, आप दोनों को एक हो जाना. Mental revolution has to come, automatically productivity will increase. That's very important theory of the Taylorism. Next important, it has to say cooperation between a strategic and operational aspect of the work. So work having two aspects. One aspect is called the strategic aspect, where you have to make the plan and you have to just execute the plan. एक जो प्लान बनाएगा, एक जो एग्जीक्यूट करेगा. फंक्शनल फोरमैनशिप मॉडल में इन्होंने वन बीइंग वाज द planning wing, one which was the execution wing. Very important is said to be, it has to say दोनों club होगा, then and thereafter you can achieve scientific management appropriately. So these are particular, theoretical construction made by Taylor. This was the Taylorism. Very great theory came into them, right? But ये सिर्फ बोला नहीं, इसने किया भी, right? Practice was there. There was the principle of action was there. So some techniques he was developed here. The techniques developed here, functional foremanship. This was the technique where automatically 8 functional foremans were there. One was is related to planning wing, one was related to execution wing. This particular 4 execution wing में थे, 4 foremen थे planning wing में, and one worker is getting automatically direction from all particular planning and execution wing. That is the fact here. This is called the functional foremanship. A specialization must be maintained, and that particular holistic orientation must continue, right? So this is the first, right? Second important, it has to say the time study. Time study is also a part of the application. Technique was there. Time study has to say that if anything is being done, then the particular time will be there. हाँ, मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, क्या पढ़ रहे हो भाई साहब? मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ मौर्य, मौर्यन पढ़ रहे हो तो मौर्यन के लिए एक टाइम होगा, वन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम विल बी देयर. ऐसा नहीं है कि यू आर गोइंग टू स्टडी मौर्य इन 10 मिनट्स, यू आर गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर द 20 मिनट्स, यू आर गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर द 10 आवर्स. ऐसा नहीं होता. इफ मिशन इज आईएएस, देन मौर्यन चैप्टर का एक स्टैंडर्ड टाइम होगा. You have to find out the time. This is called the time study. Only observation of work and the time is required. You can get the time also. Motion study, motion study means the processing study. The standard processing will be there. Then this is called the motion study. Time and motion study per many concepts are being developed. So we have Gantt chart. Gantt chart is huge, in railway operation system. It is based upon time and the motion theory made by Taylor, practiced by Taylor, right? One, it has to say method study. It is very close to motion study, but method study, it has to say here any method. Many methods are there. One which we are doing is a part of the standard method. That's important. Application is being applied here. Differential piece rate system, very well. इसने कहा कि any person is given the money, but based upon a standard piece. Standard piece automatically 10 is concerned. Standard piece बनाता है, you have to give 1 rupee per piece. But consider अगर इससे ज्यादा बनाता है, you have to say 2 rupees. जिससे ज्यादा बनाता है 3 rupees is there. Piece rate should be differential so that the motivation should be maintained under the person. This is application side is going to be happen here. Work study that is related to chapter number 11 of paper 1. And work study is nothing but is the technique suggested by F.W. Taylor. And the fatigue study भी पता इनका था. Fatigue study में ये कहते थे ये, that is if any person is going to work, then वो थक जाता है. थकने के बाद एक particular time लेना चाहिए rest में, and then you should continue the work, then you can recover the energy. Then you have to take the rest, then you have to recover the energy. This particular, ये जो break है, break जो तुम लेते हो, right? This should also be a standard. अगर intellectual task is there, then break should be different. If procedural task is there, psychological task is there, break should be different. Physiological task is there, break should be different, right? Standard break should be there. अगर इनको break से ज़्यादा time दे दिया तो भी ये harmful है, कम time दिया तो भी efficiency पे effect हो जाएगा, right? So these are particular fact they have mentioned here, right? So you have seen here Taylor was the theory also, Taylor practice also, principle of analysis, principle of action, combination of both, right? And then and thereafter we have combined. And conclusion has to say here why? Because conceptualization of universalization of the organization, ये organization को specific नहीं बनाते थे, universal बना रहे थे. So it has to focus upon the procedure. And procedure और small size पे अगर तुम focus करते हो, you have to club these two principles holistically. And this was done by Taylor. Taylor ने इस चीज को किया, right? So this particular area we finished here, right? See question number 3. 1C. I will ask the question here that, what is the locus and what is the focus? I am giving you 30 seconds to say me what is the locus, what is the focus. Stop now. It has to say very great here. The rule of law is there. Whenever application of rule of law is going to happen, it's okay. The rule of law itself is the very great concept, equality before law, or equality before law and the supremacy of law. Basically, rule of law has to say two important things, right? One is called supremacy of law. Supremacy of law means law is more important than the person. Modi is not important in the constitution. This is called the rule of law. District collector is not important. The law giving authority to district collector is important. Right? There was no rule of law during, emperor time. Akbar के जमाने में Akbar was supreme, law was not supreme. Akbar can make the law, Akbar can unmake the law. So Akbar was supreme. No? There was no rule of law. Rule of law where the law regulates the person. And second important, equality before law. If law is there, must be applied, equally to the population. Whether rich person or poor person, no gap. Sabke saath barabar. It is called the equality before law. Right? So this is a very great principle. Dicey has also, A.P. Dicey, has also given the primacy of the rule of law. The rule of law can create a stable state. If you want a state to be stable, then you have to work under the rule of law. But rule of law में क्या है कि law, if it is being applied in arbitrary manner, right? Arbitrary manner. Arbitrary manner means what? It is related to discretion. Discretion. So whenever some discretion is used by administrator for enforcement of the law, तो लॉ में कुछ चीज हमने लिख दिया कि आप इनको यूज कीजिए, तो ये जो एरिया है ना, दैट हैज टू क्रिएट डिस्क्रिशन टू द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर. एंड इफ दिस डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर इज मिसयूज्ड, then it creates the poor governance. So rule of law तो ठीक है, बट इस लॉ में अगर हम आर्बिटरीनेस का यूज करते, आर्बिटरीनेस का यूज कहां करोगे? उस एरिया में वेयर द सम डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर इज गिवन टू यू. ESMA, Essential Services Maintenance Act, this is the rule, law is there, and under this one action is there. It has to say a state can take any services under the essential services, or chief minister can take the decision of the essential services. The chief minister has discretionary power to declare any services as essential services. If chief minister has given the, use this arbitrary power in appropriate manner, then it's okay. Not appropriate manner, then the problem has to come. It has to create the poor governance. That is basically, right? So we have to prove this. Getting? These are the facts. अब हमें लगता है this is concerned. Now, let us see automatically, rule of law. It means arbitrariness in rule of law is leads to the poor governance. We have to say this. And so, what is the concept? The rule of law is the concept of the where we have to believe in two important areas, what is called the supremacy of law and the equality before law. Two things are there. And the important exponent of the Dicey also, Cortelia, has also given the support of the rule of law. Law should be dominating, also has to say. And good governance has to say there should be accountability, the good governance, transparency, the good governance, standardization, good governance, equality, good governance, objectivity, good governance. But whenever you have to misuse the discretionary power, arbitrariness in rule of law, then it will go to the poor governance. So arbitrariness leads to the expansion of discretionary power in hand of a state authority, violation of doctrine, and there is no good governance, there is a poor governance. Right? So that's a very important fact is there. कि arbitrariness in rule of law engender excels supremacy of the personality over the law. And so the state reflects a responsible decision and action towards good governance. And so it has to create the problem here. अब देखो कैसे ये प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है, पुअर गवर्नेंस कैसे लाता है फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर पर्पस. दिस इज द रूल ऑफ लॉ that is leading towards the good governance. Rule of law leading towards good governance because rule of law has four important characteristics. Rule of law is going to maintain uniformity and the certainty. Same law is applied to the all the population in equal manner. ये कभी possible है whenever there is the rule of law. Rule of law has to say protection against biased and dishonest decision, because law is made here based upon you have to take the honest decision, you have to take decision that is under the spirit of the law. Here is the freedom from the error of individual judgment. Individual may be error, may be erratic. Individual personality error हो सकता है. तो if district collector A and district collector B, तो district collector A का जो personality है B में हो सकता है error कुछ हो, but if the law is dominating, no error chances नहीं है, because everyone is going to work under the law, not under the personality. And very important, reliability in the governance. You can reliable upon the governance. You can make the reliability of the governance in getting extended. So these are the four important areas जो rule of law के through establish करते हो, and this is a part of the good governance. But whenever arbitrariness in the rule of law is going to happen, तो होता क्या है, first important is said to be उल्टा हो जाता है. It has to say non-uniformity and uncertainty because law is applied according to personality, not according to standardization. That is the fact. Whenever law is under the arbitrariness, then possibility of the biased and irresponsible decision has to come, and so it is against the natural justice. That is. Third important is said to be occupancy of the individual error. ये तो रहेगा individual error while making the decision and the action. So one individual has to make the come error, one individual has no error, one individual has to make the more error. Because law को standardization objectivity तो है नहीं यहाँ पे. और इसीलिए एक यहाँ पर अरिस्टोटल का एक इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट ये आता है, उस समय याद आता है हमें, लॉ इज नॉट ऑलवेज नेसेसरीली वाइज, ये भी मानते हैं, बट इन द लॉन्ग रन इट इज वाइजर देन दोज हु एडमिनिस्टर इट. तो ये देखते हैं कि आने वाले समय में सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज इट वाइजर देन दोज हु एडमिनिस्टर इट. तो दिस हैज टू से हियर कि लॉ इज डोमिनेटिंग, देन इट इज द ओके, इज द गुड कॉन्सेप्ट. Arbitrariness अगर इसको देते हो, then reliability in the governance has to come here. No reliability due to the influence of the individual judgment and the prevailing situation. Because judgment, individual judgment, उसको लगा कि ये सही है तो सही है, उसको लगा इस situation में ये सही है तो सही है. Law situation नहीं देखता, but it has to see the situation. It has to see the personal judgmental values, and so it has to create against the good governance, poor governance. It has to bring the poor governance in the system, right? तो बच्चे arbitrariness अगर हम देते हैं ना किसी चीज में, this is the fact here, this is the arbitrariness, right? Arbitrariness in rule of law has to create this particular area of the poor governance. So this is the no uniformity, no automatically, the chances of the biased. Another important error is there, and reliability is under compromised state, right? Now question is there, right, कि law is, rule of law is always good concept. नहीं, अगर ये good concept होता तो arbitrariness का यूज कहां पे कर रहा है आदमी, लॉ में नहीं, लॉ के अंदर डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर में. तो क्या डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर शुड बी स्टॉप्ड, क्या लग रहा है तुम्हें? बिकॉज डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर हैज टू क्रिएट आर्बिट्रेरीनेस. तो इसको एब्सोल्यूट बनाने के लिए सही रहेगा इसको स्टॉप कर देना? नो. रीजन इज कि देखो आर्बिट्रेरीनेस यानी डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर इन हैंड ऑफ एग्जीक्यूटिव समटाइम्स नेसेसरी, बिकॉज रूल ऑफ लॉ हैज आल्सो नेगेटिव कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, बिकॉज इट हैज टू क्रिएट एक्सेसिव फॉर्मलिज्म. ये करेगा वो करेगा, इमीडिएट डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर, यू कैन जंप द प्रोसेस. rigidity in the functioning, very rigid orientation is there, communication and pattern is there. It has to create, red tapeism, it has to create delay immediately, right? It is a very conservative in nature. Change orientation has been taken place. Discretion nahi hai, you cannot change it. Rule has to become end in itself. That is, the Bavarian criticism has to come here. This has to create the complexity in nature. Kabhi complexity has to come here. And end in itself, what we discussed here, these are the negative area we are getting. I said discretionary power itself is required. तो बताओ कि क्या कहते हो? What should be there? Responsibility with discretion, safeguards should be present. What do you think? Rule of law blindly you have to follow. Discretionary power should be stopped, or arbitrariness in discretionary power should be stopped. What do you think? Arbitrariness. मनमाना नहीं होना चाहिए. Arbitrariness itself is a part of negative connotation. Responsibly use of discretionary power matters. यहां पर एक चीज आता है, वो ये है, tell me, what is the conclusion? Conclusion is what? What should be the conclusion? Conclusion should be what? Arbitrariness in discretionary power should be stopped or should be continued, or rule of law should be made absolute. What do you think? क्या होना चाहिए? What is there? Very important. Discretionary power should be executed, very important. And so it has to say here, very great here, the arbitrariness in application of rule of law leads to poor governance, right? In terms of accountability, if discretion exercised against the ethical norms and constitutional spirit. अगर तुम ethics को भुला दोगे, then it is automatically creates the system very different. So very great. We have made the discussion about the third important question here, and next important question. So question number 1D, and I'm telling you, tell me what should be, and tell me locus and focus. Now stop, right? And we have to just go for that. What is the locus here? Locus, this question is being asked from the chapter number 4, and it is called the forms of organization. Forms of organization. And forms of organization, many forms are there. Board form, commission form, departmental form, ad hoc and advisory body form is there. And, so many forms, independent regulatory authority form of organization. But we have to mention only two forms. One is called departmental form, and another important is called board or commission form of organization. Right? And it has to say the difference between departmental form and board oblique commission form of organization is, of responsibility and accountability. यानी डिपार्टमेंटल का जो responsibility and accountability है, that is different in board and commission form of the responsibility and accountability. That's clear. We have to prove here. So in the one, this may be divided into two parts. Under this one, we have to say the departmental and board and commission form of organization is different, in the form of, you can say departmental form has different responsibility and accountability, and board and commission form has different responsibility and accountability. And so this is basically the differentiation is being created between these two forms. Not only a structure is different, but also the processing is also being different here. The spirit of responsibility and accountability is also getting different. Right? To see what is there here. Forms of organization is the locus. Distinction in terms of accountability and responsibility between the, board and commission and the departmental form. Let us see, what is the meaning of this one, right? Two types of, the form is there. Different forms of organization has to come because of the nature of task is different, accountability is different. So we have to create somewhere departmental, somewhere independent regulatory authority, somewhere automatically, different board and commission form. Usme departmental form is what? This is the form of organization where this is the organization that is headed by single authority, right? May it be the minister, may it be the president of India, may it be the democratic executive. That is, so this is called departmental form. This is the single executive form of the organization. It is created on the basis of 4 P's of the Gulli. Kuch departmentalization we have to create based upon the purpose. Right, different purpose we have to create, different ministry or department. We have to create based upon the place. So this is the South Asia department, this is the Asia department, something is there. We have to create according to the person. Department of Tribal Affairs, Department of Scheduled Caste, that particular is concerned. And one important is called department based upon the process. So some Ministry of Law is created on the basis of the process. 4 P's are there, we have created the departmental form. And board and commission form is those particular organization where the organization is there and the organization is headed by not one person but very important collegium consisting of members and one coordinator, commonly known as the chairperson. This is called the board or commission form of organization. This is departmental form of organization. अब देखो ये दोनों क्रिएट किया है. Now, differentiation in the structural functional aspect of the organization made distinction in established pattern of responsibility and accountability. अब बताओ, what is the difference in responsibility and accountability? What do you think? Where is the difference? This is the more responsible, this is the less responsible, or this is the more accountable, this is less accountable. क्या कहते हैं? कौन है यहाँ पे? Accountability and the responsibility, right? Dolly, you have to say which one is the more responsible and accountable? That is, no. Department is more responsible, single executive system, very important. Democratic decision is there, and so this is the fact. Let's go through this one. We have to say here, right? And this we have to say. Departmental form and the board and commission form have been seen. Departmental form responsibility for the all kind of the work going inside the department. जो भी department के अंदर काम हो रहा है, सब के लिए this person is responsible. That is, head is responsible for that, right? Board and commission form, this is for the specific or assigned task. तो कोई भी अगर हम board and commission form बनाते हैं, तो that is हमेशा याद रखोगे, general नहीं होता ये. Specific is there. A specific task is there. Central Board of Direct Taxes, so only for direct taxes, not for all the taxes. Union Public Service, only for public service recruitment, not for other things. But Department of Home Affairs, it is not only for the internal security, but it in general, जो भी home में हो रहा है, ambiguity है इसमें. So responsibility for the all kind of work is there. Here is responsibility for the only a specific task that has been assigned to the organization. First important difference is there. Second important, here is individualization of responsibility. So each and every person is responsible for the particular job. This is also responsible for the job. This is collective responsibility. No one is the responsible for that. All the persons are responsible for that. So this is called the collective responsibility in the system. Right? Absolute accountability. भाई पूरी जवाबदेही देना है तुम्हें. पूछेगा तुमसे, पार्लियामेंट भी पूछेगा. You have to reply before the parliament. If parliament has to make the question, you have to reply. Accountability is absolute. Single-handed. Accountability is just, absolute is there. But here accountability is absolute. No, diffused. कौन पूछेगा? गलत काम कर दिया. कौन पूछ रहा है तुमसे? Chairperson has to say, वो मिश्रा जी has to say, तिवारी जी has to say, रंगा स्वामी has to say, Stalin थे. No. This meaning, this is diffuse responsibility. No one automatically is setting, so accountability for the action. That's important. ये बहुत बड़ा कमी है. इन्होंने गलत किया तो इमीडिएटली इनको पर आता, आपने गलत किया. इसको किसको बोलोगे गलत किया? UPSC has taken decision, हाँ जी मैं ले लूंगा examination. And after examination, consider 90% aspirants are getting corona. Then who will take responsibility for that, accountability for that? Who will be dismissed? Chairperson? नहीं. because all person have taken the decision. But if minister has taken the decision, आज सीबीएसई के मिनिस्टर राजनाथ सिंह ने बोल दिया, सीबीएसई यू कैन से एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर हैज टू से 12th एग्जामिनेशन विल कंटिन्यू और 90% पर्सन अगर कोरोना अफेक्टेड हो जाते हैं, देन यस मिनिस्टर इज अकाउंटेबल फॉर दैट. मिनिस्टर हैज टू रिजाइन, डिपार्टमेंटल सेक्रेटरी हैज टू रिजाइन, but accountability diffused here. That is the fact. Another important is here, that is it is the fixed and stable. This is the fixed, stable and concrete structure is there. Say accountability is held in the sound principle. So sound principle is there, unity of command is there, this being band is there, unity of direction we are going to, sound principle यहाँ पे apply करोगे accountability पे. But यहाँ पे या तो sometimes ad hoc या specific or assigned task is there, not holistic task. Sometimes ad hoc, so some assigned task is there. Accountability pattern is not based upon responsibility, and responsibility authority equilibrium is getting disturbed. Responsibility है, accountability नहीं है for this one, and so it has to make the differentiation. Departmental form सही बताया था उसने, more accountable and the more responsibility for the all the action. This is responsible for the particular action, but accountability is getting diffused. Right. Now tell me any doubt. Understand this one. Now tell me any doubt. कोई doubt है यहाँ तक समझने में? Tell me. Right. So is there any doubt? Because everything should be very crystal clear. Right. Confidence should be there. Very great. निकलो तो एकदम कहो कि यार मैं यूपीएससी के क्वेश्चन को फाड़ डालूंगा. फाड़ डालूंगा मतलब ये नहीं कि वहां से निकलते ही इसको फिजिकल पेपर है तब तो तुमने फाड़ भी दिया, और डिजिटल है पता चला कि तुमने फोड़ ही दिया, मोबाइल को तोड़ दिया. नो, ऐसा नहीं होगा. That is the fact. Motivation level maintain रखना, it's important. So very great here, right? Practical example of Indian admission, RBI, very important. More accountable. We are going to talk about not few example, it's okay. We are going to talk about a general example. General perception is there. Okay. So we are going to say about what is called the general perception, Deepak. Right? These are the. तो एक एग्जाम्पल बताओ हमें अब कंक्लूजन में. If board and commission form is not much more accountable, then should it be abolished? We have to abolish UPSC, Election Commission, Board of Direct Taxes. क्या करें? कर दे ऐसा. Very good. So what do you think? Such kind of form of organization should be made what? Very important. More accountable. Very, very important in fact. Right? It's okay. Good. By reforms is required. Very great. So this is concern. This has to say here, accountability is the prominent feature of the good governance. That's important. We have not to compromise with accountability, whether board or commission form or other form is concerned. We have not to compromise at all, right? And so the form of any organization must be installed with consideration of the functional specialization and responsiveness towards the job, right? Specialization and responsiveness should be there. इसीलिए बच्चे हम लोग ना जब बात करते हैं बोर्ड एंड कमीशन फॉर्म को, then ethical values are being inculcated. Ethical values are inculcated. तुमने सही बोला. Very great. Election Commission was responsible for the West Bengal election. The Election Commission is accountable for that. Who should take who should be suspended? Chief Election Commissioner or Election Commissioner? Accountability यहाँ पे डायल्यूट हो. या तो तुम पूरा कमीशन एबोलिश कर दो, जो तुम कर नहीं सकते. That is the fact here. So based upon this one, accountability is being entertained, right? That's good. Now tell me any doubt. कोई doubt है तुम्हें यहाँ पर समझने में? Any doubt is concerned, right? So any doubt? No doubt. So no tension at all, right? And very important, the fact is here. That is one thing, I will discuss. This is the question number, सो ये क्वेश्चन मैं तुम्हारे सामने रख रहा हूँ, व्हाट इज कॉल्ड द क्वेश्चन नंबर 1E, राइट. I will not discuss today, I will discuss it tomorrow. But tomorrow, whenever you are opening the window, then I will ask the question from you. Tell me locus, tell me focus, tell me the blueprint for that particular discussion, right? ये सब कुछ हम पूछेंगे. तो ये एक तरह से तुम्हारा समझो एक होम टास्क रहा, एंड होम टास्क को इसको ले जाओ. We have to just go through that. Now the 2 or 3 minutes are left. Now tell me any doubt. Any doubt, you have to tell me. And how did you feel the discussion? Do you feel any changes in the discussion portion? So do you feel any suggestions so that all the person could get appropriate so opportunity? So very great here, Herbert Simon. That's important. It's okay. Sana, Umesh, it's okay. And right, satisfactory. Divya, Umesh, have you felt any problem in English here? Right? It's okay then. Chapter number 8, paper 2 is concerned. 1 is there, right? And some कुछ बच्चे पूछ रहे थे कुछ so one question, chapter number 8, 3 का so what is 311? 311, no, 311 has to say here that any person may be removed or dismissed from the office. First, 3 things are there. First, removed by the appointing authority above the appointing authority. जैसे कि छोटा मोटा डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन होता है ना, तो यू कैन डेलीगेट द पावर टू द जूनियर. You cannot delegate the power to the junior in terms of in matters of removal or dismissal. ये 311 कहता है. First, may it be possible, छोटे मोटे अगर पेनल्टी है, there is no need of inquiry committee, but for the removal or dismissal, inquiry committee is required for the purpose. ये second कहता है. Third important, it has to say what? Third, it has to say here that whenever under Article 311 has to say all the persons while taking the disciplinary action, चाहे penalty कुछ भी हो, all the persons should have right to defend. Reasonable opportunity to defend should be given to the person, and right to information be given to the person. Right? तो ये 3 चीज है जो उसमें मेंशन किया हुआ है. Great discussion, so very great here. So it's okay then. And now tell me, no doubt, so no tension at all, right? And thank you very much to you all then. Thank you very much to you all then, right? Bye-bye. May God bless you.